How am I prepared mentally? So mentally it's a competitive fight and I've got to bring competition. So in that sense, mentally it's not just about, all right, I want to box well and all this, just win. Mentally, like win, refuse to be beat. And that's how you mentally approach the fight, just go in there with a winner's mindset.
So Jake, you can fight basically anybody. You decide who your opponents are going to be. Why was this man the right opponent for right now?
I think this talk has been part of the conversation, and we've always wanted to fight each other. There's been some talk back and forth for a couple of years, and my goal is to become world champion and the WBA and WBC.
I don't think it's necessarily fair to AJ. I just know that I have the power and the timing. It's the shots that you don't see coming that knock people out. And I'm a tricky knockout artist that people don't give me enough credit for. I've won knockout of the year. So he has to be careful. And I do have the timing, the speed, and the tricks up my sleeve to be able to hit a shot on this guy that he doesn't see coming.
Jake Paul strolled in like a man rehearsing his championship speech before the fight posters were even printed, preaching that gospel of unstoppable self-belief and talking as if fate was already on his payroll. Meanwhile, Anthony Joshua sat there carved from calm, giving off the vibe that this isn't some cinematic hero arc.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna break his face, I'm gonna break his body up, I'm gonna stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart, I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting, no matter who it is.
This is a time slot on his calendar, and Jake's just the afternoon task. Jake framed himself as the bold rule breaker, the guy who sees a heavyweight destroyer and thinks, great business venture, not danger. And Joshua answered with that chilled, courteous threat that basically whispers, I'll handle this. Precisely.
Pressure on them going into this fight.
100% Anthony. Yeah, 1000%. This is something that's gonna weigh on him, right? Like, because of what you said, I'm going in there, I can fight free. If he starts getting touched up and losing rounds, I think the cookie will.
Jake hyped visions of sharp angles, fast feet, and slick exchanges like he's prepping for a reality show called So You Think You Can Box? While AJ spoke of pressure, control, and making the room feel smaller. A kind of talk that forces you to question your own confidence.
He said, we'll see if the cookie crumbles. I don't know what to say. I'm confident in myself. Like, I'm not focusing on him. I just know what I can do, and I can't wait to show it. I'm not gonna crumble. I'm solid. I've been through wars, and I'm still standing super strong. I align myself with some of the greatest coaches and greatest fighters in the world because I have that hunger, that desire.
In betwixt in between, because nobody on this green earth would actually turn down 50, 60 million to fight Jake Paul. And people that don't like this will probably watch it because they want to see Jake Paul getting knocked out. So what's it say about AJ and what's it say about Jake Paul? I think I was thinking upside down. For AJ, I thought, Mama's cashing out. He's cashing out because he's going down this minute line. But I thought in reality,
Jake vowed destiny itself would have to interfere to stop him. And Joshua simply replied with the energy of, all right then, let's see. It was dream selling versus discipline. Influencer fire versus champion steel. One man delivering a motivational seminar, and the other sitting there like he's already read the ending and is just waiting for everyone else to catch up. Eddie Hearn steps in just when the Jake vs. AJ tension feels like it's ready to burst, drifting into the scene with the calmness of a bus driver watching two Lamborghinis rev at a red light.
And world, knowing what Anthony Joshua is a specialist at, he's a specialist at putting knuckles through your fucking brain, and that's what he's going to try to do to Jake Paul. And anything other than that, from a 34-year-old Anthony Joshua, will make us all think it's a fixed fight. Whether or not Josh can do it, whether or not, Jake Paul shocks the world and shows us that he really does know how to box really well and moves really good and uses his jab and blows us all away with a strategy and a lot of footwork.
Casually drops, all right, fellas, we've crunched the numbers. And I'm sitting here with you thinking, this man is discussing career-ending stakes with the same tone most people use when booking a long weekend. And somehow it lands harder than any trash talk in the room. He's basically saying if AJ loses, the next event isn't a post-fight interview, it's a retirement roadshow. but he packages it so politely, you almost forget he just verbally body-checked Jake's entire mission statement.
To boxing a guy like
just get him with the right hand. That's what Jake Paul's looking for, the right hand. And if he lands, he could do good damage. So a lot of people underestimate Jake Paul, but in reality, he's a good fighter and he's dedicated.
You're quoted on record saying that you and AJ must retire if Jake Paul wins on December 19th. Stand by that?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I suppose so. Yeah. Look, I don't see a world where Jake Paul wins this fight. I know that boxing's boxing. And I mean, what is it? Roy Jones came out this morning and said Jake Paul can win this fight.
Teddy Atlas as well.
Teddy Atlas. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, now I'm a bit worried. I won't retire. AJ should retire if he.
Then he starts analyzing AJ's weight like he's giving a TED Talk in sports science, reminding everyone that a lighter Joshua isn't just fit, he's razor-edge dangerous. In boxing language, that means less flexing for photos, more fuel for nightmares. And while Jake is still pacing around with superhero energy and fair play, the man believes in his own legend. Confidence without heavyweight miles is like calling plain toast a gourmet meal. You can do it, but no one's fooled. You, me, and the whole crowd can feel it.
Don't forget, AJ's never made weight before, so all of a sudden he's tried. You know, he's been in camp for 2 or 3 weeks, and he's probably sitting at 260, 265, and it's like you got to make 245. It's 20 pounds. The weight clause and all of this is going to be an issue. It's something we have to keep our eye on. But I think AJ feels great. I think actually the lighter AJ. See AJ winning this fight with ease, comprehensively, destructively, violently, and I don't see a world where Jake Paul is competitive in the fight, let alone win the fight. But luckily, AJ's not preparing in a way that he just thinks it's a joke. He's preparing for Jake Paul like he's a world title contender. Yes, it's been a little bit of a shorter camp. Yes, we've got to make weight this time around, but it doesn't.
AJ's camp isn't here for jokes, memes, or side quests. He's treating this like a championship assignment. And Eddie's delivering the message with the elegance of someone announcing a royal decree. So now I'm looking at you like, place your bets, hold on to your snacks, because one man is manifesting miracles while the other is tightening bolts. And history tends to favor the craftsman who shows up with the full toolbox, not the motivational speaker holding the mic. And right when Eddie Hearn has us locked into corporate war room mode, talking numbers, preparation,
in the top 10, where AJ's taking it seriously, he's answering the questions direct that Ariel's throwing him. There was no, we're here to kind of fuck around, it's gonna be easy, give me my money, let me run back to the UK. This was AJ's like, no, we're taking this seriously. And that ain't a good thing for Jake Paul. It isn't. And AJ's that guy anyway. Like, I would never doubt that AJ would take this seriously. But for Jake Paul, I do wonder if realization is kicking in, or maybe he is just that delusional where...
And AJ operating like he's been engineered in a championship laboratory. We drift straight into Ade Oladipo territory, and the whole atmosphere switches. Suddenly it's less strategic manager briefing, and more that one mate who can recite every fight from memory and still hands you crisps mid-argument. I'm sitting here with you thinking, Ade doesn't analyze boxing, he lives it. Like every controversial scorecard is a personal vendetta the universe keeps. Restocking.
Fascinating press conference. I think one of the biggest takeaways was, and I think we knew this on the circuit anyway, that AJ had left Ben Davison, but he confirmed it. And then he said he's training with Igor. And I wish Ariel pushed him a bit more, because I have no idea who Igor is. I feel like I know quite a few people in this Alexander Usyk camp where AJ is and has been for a while now. But Igor is most certainly not Alexander Usyk's #1 trainer. So I'm guessing it's just someone in the camp. But AJ is now...
He looks at AJ versus Jake Paul with this polite, almost gentle disbelief. The same tone you'd use if someone announced they wanted to arm wrestle a grizzly bear for fun. And the hilarious contrast? Jake's over there pitching belief and ambition, like a motivational speech being sold on installments, while AJ's looking like he wakes up before sunrise just to stay ahead of his own discipline. One man's talking about destiny, the other's fine-tuning the horsepower on his jab. Jake's manifesting miracles.
AJ should, not will, should get rid of Jake Paul in 1 round. Should. And if he doesn't, then it's more, my questions will be more to AJ. But I'm confident AJ gets this done. And I'm confident AJ hasn't come to play around. So this isn't a case of AJ just come to kind of give the American audience a show and just, you know, make Jake Paul look silly and make Jake Paul miss. And no, I think AJ's come to do damage, collect the check, and go to Saudi and have this fight in February that Turkey's been.
Itself, I want to see what AJ's presence in front of Jake Paul would be like, because AJ, especially when it comes to fighting, is a serious dude. And I know Jake Paul, the problem child, he can be rude, he can be in your face. Remember when he snatched Floyd Mayweather's hat? And they do all the kind of things, and Mike Tyson ended up slapping him in his face and standing on his toe. I think Jake Paul got there.
AJ's sharpening his tools with that quiet technician focus, and the tension could fill a stadium even if nobody showed up. So tell me, where do you land in this whirlwind? Are we witnessing the birth of an upset for the ages or a technical clinic waiting to unfold? Drop your takes in the comments like it's a ringside debate table, and hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to BoxingHQ. Catch you in the next